Hi scholars, welcome back. I am excited to read with you today. We'll be digging into our engagement text and the Decodable book. This is Module 2, Cycle 10, Lesson 47.
Materials!
Today you'll need that thinking cap and those listening ears. Let's get ready to go. Follow along with each learning target. I can retell the events from the current edition of the Sunnyside Gazette. Sunnyside High School band going to state championship. The second learning target says, I can read high-frequency words that don't play fair. Would, you'd, o'clock. And that last learning target says, I can read the decodable text, the marching band.
Transition song.
Gather round together, together, together. It's time to hear a story, a story, a story. It's time to hear a story and say what you've learned.
Read aloud.
Today we'll be digging into the Decodable book called The Marching Band. But first, let's read that engagement text. Remember to listen carefully as I read so you're able to answer questions after. Sunnyside Gazette, Edition 10, Sunnyside High School Band Going to State Championship by Rita Report-A-Lot. The Sunnyside High School Band will be marching their way to the state championship once again. This year will mark the 4th year in a row that it has been invited to the competition taking place in Capital City next month. We have come so close the last 3 years, but still haven't won first place. We have one of the best groups I've ever seen in my career. I think this is our year, said band leader Melody Meter. Our percussion section is especially strong this year, added Melody. Our snare drummer Marco has already received a scholarship to play in a college marching band. The Sunnyside High School Marching Band will play a pregame show and during halftime of Friday night's home football game against Springfield High School. Kickoff is at 7 p.m. Great job listening.
Question and answer.
Let's talk about what we've just heard. Answer each of these questions to show how well you understood that article. How many times had the high school marching band been to the state championship? That's right. They've been the past 4 years in a row. Have they ever won? They have never won. Hopefully they do this year. Where will the marching band play next? That's right. They're going to play at Friday night's football game. How does the band leader, Melody Meter, feel about the chances for the band to win the championship this year? Yes, she's feeling very good and hopeful about this year. She thinks it's the best group she's seen in her whole career. Great job listening and answering those questions.
Word work.
Let's take a look at our high-frequency words and organize them into our snap and trap chart. The first word is he'd. That's our contraction for he would. Yes, that's a snap word. We can hear that long E sound because it's an open syllable. Great job. This word says would. Do you think it's a snap or a trap? You're right. We recognize that OU pattern, but we learned that OU says ow. It's not saying ow in this word. That is a trap. next word is I'd. That's our contraction for I would. Again, we hear that long vowel sound, I, because it's an open syllable. That's exactly how it should sound. That is a snap word. Try the last word, you'd. That is our contraction for you would. You're right. We see OU again, but it's still not making that ow sound that we learned about. That's a trap. Great work.
Fluency.
We'll now have a chance to read our decodable book, The Marching Band. Look out for our blue underlined words. Those are some of our high frequency words. It was Friday night and Sam wanted to go to the high school football game. It started at 7 o'clock. He did not know much about football. What he really wanted to see was the band. Sam liked to make music. He played the drum, horns, even a bell. He'd play just about anything. He wanted to hear the big marching band play music together. Sam and Dad walked to the high school. Sam asked if they could get a snack. The game was packed with people. After they grabbed a snack, Sam and Dad finally found a seat. Then the band marched out. One member banged the drum over and over. They all played music together as they marched. He'd never seen anything like it. Sam loved the band. The football game began. People cheered and chanted for the players. Then at halftime, music filled the air again. Sam cheered and clapped for the band as it marched back on the field. Then the band left and the game started again. Sam said, "I'd like to play in a band someday." He dreamed about it while other people watched the football game. The game ended at 9 o'clock. As they walked home, Sam said, "Dad, do you think I could play the drum like the boy in the marching band?" "I am sure you'd be a great drummer," Dad said. Sam grinned and dreamed about the day he would get to march out on that field. Thanks for following along. I hope one day Sam's able to play in the band.
Closing reflection.
Which of today's high-frequency words were not tricky for you to read? Which high-frequency words did feel tricky to read? You did a great job reading today. Keep it up. I'm so glad you joined me for this lesson. You're becoming such a proficient reader. I'll see you next time.